Gotta hold the hurley
I'm here in Inagh, in the Inagh Kilnamona Club here, where Rockland from New York City are here in Ireland. They're doing a tour and they're playing, as we speak at the moment, they're playing an underage game against Inagh Kilnamona. And I'm glad to be joined here by Carina who has local connections because her dad, what's your dad's name again?
Pat Lafferty.
Pat Lafferty. Pat Lafferty and the Laffertys are synonymous at Inagh Kilnamona in both hurling and camogie. And Carina is Pat's daughter, so you're a first generation, I suppose,
Yes.
Irish American from New York. You're on tour with the lads?
Yes, we're on tour for 10 days, playing different clubs and different hurling and football games around the country.
Yeah. You started off in Dublin, you're here in Clare now, and you go to Galway. I think you're finishing up in Laois, I think, is it?
Leitrim.
Leitrim,
so
is it?
We landed on Saturday. We were in Cavan for a training session. Went to Antrim for 2 days, played hurling and football up there. We were in Dublin for another 2 days, Monday, Tuesday. We're here today playing Inagh Kilnamona, and then on to Galway and Leitrim, back home on Sunday.
Oh, it's a great tour, yeah.
Yep.
Just tell me a bit about Rockland. It was formed in 1972, which was, I think, 51 years ago, if my maths is right. So you'd have had your half centenary there last year,
Yes,
your 50th
they had
anniversary.
their 50th anniversary, which was a great day at the GAA. Our boys have been playing together since they were 8 years old. This team, the coaches, football coach is Potter Reynolds, who's from Leitrim, and Brian McNaughton, who's from Antrim. He's the hurling coach. So boys have been together for 3 years, been playing, trying to keep the team together, and we get to travel different places. We do CYCs in all over the States, in Boston and New York. There was Chicago last year. And then they have been planning this trip for about 2 years to tour Ireland and get to play over here and play different teams over here.
Brilliant. Pat Lafferty was involved, I'd say, from fairly early on, was he?
My father played hurling, football. Don't even remember how old he was, but he played out in the States too. He played at Gaelic Park for many years. Really enjoyed hurling. So it's nice to have his grandson, my son, here tonight playing in his field.
I suppose when Rockland was formed, when they started the club, it would have been mostly Irish-based players who had gone to America and settled in New York.
Yes.
There was a lot of immigration, especially in the 70s as well. But today there would be a lot of homegrown talent, if you know what I mean, born and bred in New York, who they'd be the offsprings of people who started the game, and children and grandchildren.
Yes, lots of Irish American descent, and there's plenty of Irish that have moved out, live in Rockland County, New York, and have their children playing in football and hurling. The Rockland GAA is a very large club, and we have kids from all around Rockland playing, joining all ages from under 8 to under 16. I think they even have a senior team playing. So lots of generations and different kids playing.
Yeah. And is it easy to get kids involved in the GAA in New York?
Yes.
They just want to play the game.
Yeah, it's nice to keep the heritage going, and it's nice to have that connection to your Irish heritage. And the Rockland GAA has a beautiful clubhouse, beautiful fields where they have lots of events and try to keep the Irish tradition going and keep it active and alive in New York, which is very nice. Yeah.
I was in London for a good many years myself, so I know what it's like to be in exile like your father. And I think that was the one common bond we always had, no matter what county you came from, or if you were born in London or New York, it didn't matter. The diaspora and the common bond we had was our Irish tradition, our sport and our music was really what kept us all together. And even if we were in opposite teams, we went into the clubhouse after and we had a common bond. So the GAA does, not just here in Ireland, but throughout the world, it's a really fantastic organisation. And it can be as strong in Rockland, in New York, as it can be here in Inagh Kilnamona.
Yes. Yep, lots of music, dance, the football, hurling. It's nice to have it every weekend at home, and nice to have that connection to Ireland.
I suppose you're well aware at this stage of your cousins here. They live down there in Kilnamona. They great camogie players, great hurlers.
Yes.
I suppose you get the videos.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah. Exactly. And you know, the hurling and the GAA is obviously in your blood, like, so you're wearing a GAA top. It's hardly surprising, really, like, you have all that kind of that heritage from your parents and back through the generations.
Right.
Yeah. You've been to Ireland before, I'm sure, have you?
I've spent every summer here since I turned 1 year old. My
Sure.
and mother used to bring me back
Yeah.
all the time, so I spent every summer growing up here. I also did Irish dancing for many, many years, and I taught for a few years. So there was some times that I came back twice a year, 3 times a year.
Yeah.
So this is probably my 30th trip back to Ireland, and I love coming every year. And now I get the chance to bring my own kids back and let them meet all our family
Yeah.
and visit and tour and do lots of.
Yeah. For the club itself, and I found this when we came from England, we came home here to Ireland, we did tours like this. It's a great bonding thing for the children, for the players, for the coaches, for the supporters. It's a great bonding thing. We always found when we went back we were much stronger and much closer as a club.
Yes, this is the team that we have. We have 13 families involved. There's a great dynamic between the kids, the parents, and the families. And this trip, if anything, has only brought us closer together. I'd almost want to call them my own family now after this. It's really been a great trip so far, and we're enjoying every minute of it.
And we've had a bad summer here, but you really brought the sunshine here.
I know, it's a beautiful evening tonight.
So it's great, and it's great to see the kids out there enjoying themselves and
Yes.
and bonding with. They'll always have this bond now with the Inagh Kilnamona Club, going forward.
Yep.
And it's a congratulations to everybody involved, and I'm sure especially your club for coming here, and thanks for coming
Thank
here.
you so much for having us.
And thanks very much
right.
for talking to us, and enjoy the rest of the tour.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.